So this is just some quick tips on how to properly install a set of Swift springs onto the rear of your Honda Element using OEM style struts. Sometimes when they're assembled, they look like this. Hopefully you can see this. All kinds of crooked, bushing smudged off, and you can install it this way. If you go get the normal spring compressors from AutoZone, O'Reilly's, wherever, loan a tool, it may end up looking like this. You can fix it, and we're just here to show you a few quick tips. This has to be mated into this pocket right here. That has to be mated into the pocket. And also on the top of the spring has to sit into a pocket. And there's a way to do it that makes it pretty simple, and we're gonna show that to you. Once we have it seated properly, and it took me about 3 times to do that. Once we have it seated properly, you'll see it sits in a nice uniform way. Now it still does have a bit of a cant to the top of it because these are left and right, but the rest of that will settle. You just don't want the top of this sitting off like this as you're trying to install it in the car. So quick tip, it may take 2 or 3 times. That's why I like the clamshell spring compressor, because it's quick and easy. You don't have to reset everything and reset all those pins, so that you can get the top of this spring, which is difficult. The bottom's easy to get to sit right there. The top to get up in that spring cup is difficult to do. So the quick tip is, as you're installing it, put a hand right here, kind of hold the spring in the cup as you release. Don't put your fingers down in here, because if it came undone, obviously it would tear you all to pieces. And also, if you really love the finish of these, it's never going to be seen. It is going to get scratched up doing this, so you'd have to put tape on it and be extremely careful not to scratch these springs up. But generally 9 out of 10, they're gonna scratch. So that's the quick tips. Put a finger here, hand here, to keep that in the pocket, not in between here. You'll get pinched, and not in between here, just right on top, just like that. Hold it as it goes in. And before you tighten it all the way up, rotate this to where it's seated, and then loosen it out. But don't loosen that up until this nut right here is tightened and torqued down to where it's supposed to be.